Welcome to Swimming with Sepsey, where we break down various life topics, bring on inspirational guests to talk about their lives, their experiences, and encourage you to swim through your own inner thoughts, emotions, and feelings to inspire a change within you that will hopefully lead to an outer change in your own personal reality. I ask that throughout this episode and all future episodes that you come with an open mind, an open heart, and a willingness to look at yourself in a different way and to look at the world in a different way. I'm grateful for each and every one of you that's tuned in this current moment, and I look forward to sharing many more moments with you. And with that, let's dive on in. Nice. All right. Welcome to Swimming with Sepsey with your host, Joshua Sepsey. I forgot we're doing that now. Like, we did that one episode and I was like, that feels kind of good. I think we got to do that. With your co-host, I cannot forget the audacious Nikki Tama Tashi. And we have an honored guest today, a spiritual cohort, energetic factor, a blissful comedian spreader, Joshua Harrison.
Why did you make pop noises?
I
Pull the couch over. Pull the couch over.
I just made myself look like a fucking dart. I'm only putting that inside that too, actually. What the hell?
I was gonna wear those before I even saw you come in with that.
Yeah, well, I made this.
Oh, so you went up to Amazon and made this.
Oh, yeah, I found this at Goodwill, and it had Jesus with the...
with the lightning bolt.
Yeah, with the lightning bolt. And then, so it was white, and then I tie-dyed it myself.
That's pretty sweet.
That's sick.
Good call.
Yeah.
It fits really well.
I know, I would have been sad if I never got it.
Yeah. I would have been mad at you if you didn't.
Yeah, no, I look like Jesus if he only sold Molly.
Just on the love. Look for the Jesus with the lightning bolt.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
how you get struck.
Hey, y'all trying to get
Y'all trying to get
struck.
Blessings. It's like, hold out your tongue.
These lightning bolt in your mouth. Just...
Oh my god. Alright, before we get into everything today, I have a couple announcements. First announcement of the day, I am still running the promotion where if you just tell me you subscribe or send me a screenshot, you get a we were doing $25 discount on a reading. Past life reading, or a regular just Akashic record reading. I'll even extend it to the Tree of Life reading, call it the Right to Life reading, Living Your Full Expression reading. It's very deep. And also, t-shirt designs. One of them is already in and up. I showed you that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have them in white and I have them in black. So for those of you that follow the podcast, one, gratefully appreciate all of you. I was working hard to get something for you that y'all could take home and wear, and that's like an embodiment of the energy of me and kind of represents. So I have those up on the website. The link will be everywhere. I'll put it on the link tree. I'll throw it on the whatever you call it. What do they call those things? Descriptions down below.
Yeah.
In the description. In the description, you'll have the link there. Go check them out. What else? I think that might have been it for announcements. Yeah. We will have a second design coming in the next 2 to 3 weeks that we'll do. We'll throw up there. So, also, one thing I do want to hear too, let us know. We're going to be running lives pretty soon. So, we're going to figure out a time to do live episodes so we can do like a fun Q&A on some topics, and whatever topics y'all may want to hear, feel free to shout them out below. Send me a message like, yo, Josh, let's talk about this, or let's swim with this thought here for a bit, because I'm all about that. And yeah, again, super grateful for every single one of you that tunes in. I think last we were at like 68 last week.
Wow.
Or something, and now we're at 75. So
We'll
just keep cruising, just keep on moving. So super much appreciate all you guys for tuning in here. But let's get into it. Let's get swimming, dude. I want to hear about Joshua like growing up and like moving into like thoughts on, because doing comedy.
Bro, I've always been a comedian.
Oh well, it comes with the name.
Yeah.
It comes with the
for
territory.
sure. Yeah. You get Joshua. Yeah.
What?
It's Joshy, Joshua, and then Ua.
Yeah.
Final form.
I've been deemed Schwa.
Yeah. Halfway there. He's a Ua in training.
The Ua in training.
Yeah,
that was so fun.
Yeah, we were going around the music festival, just Ua in training, and everything was falling in like dominoes, exactly where it was supposed to be falling in at the moment. It was on fire.
Yeah.
Energy-wise.
I was trying to explain her that. I was like, the way that the manifestations were happening, like so quick. I was like, I mean, I've had them happen pretty quick, but like, to where it's like, it was a minute thing.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
In the moment, yeah,
You couldn't have
Like
painted
you
it
think
better.
of something and like the next second it's there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like nothing
That's
missed.
crazy.
Nothing missed all day.
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
That was Sunday, wasn't it?
No, it was a Saturday.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, because Neil was golfing. Neil's golfing, so we were joking around and we kept saying, four, and we were walking by this chick and I go, hey, I can tell you just gotta throw me a number. Don't make it anything absurd. Just give me a number. And she was thinking, I'm like, first number that pops in your mind. She goes, 4.
That's crazy.
And I was like, you're not gonna believe it, but we called that out hours ago. And
Yeah,
just kept walking.
Wow.
Just kept walking.
Her mind was probably blown.
Oh, dude. Yeah, there was so much of that. Like the spoon, the forks.
Fork, that's all.
Yeah,
Forks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steel coming in. The random part was though, we were walking and we were talking about it, and I was like, we'll find forks along the way or something. And he goes, let's go this way. Like the random, let's just walk down the car camping. And I was like, what? I asked him that. I was like, what freaking prompted you to do that? Like, because that was just a random left turn, right turn.
Yeah.
That's
He's like,
awesome.
oh. So he started walking, and that's when we met Steele, and he was like, yeah, I got forks.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
And then those people that hadn't eaten, that one person that hadn't eaten, like,
Both of them. I remember because I
made
made sliders of the gas station chips, with chips with meat, cheese, all that.
Nice.
So everybody had the $1.99 bags, and I went with the 50-cent bags, so I had sliders. And I was like, it's probably $1 for me. And I had picked 3 different flavors, and I let 2 of the people pick which one they wanted first, and the flavor that lasted was my favorite flavor. So I was like, it worked out exactly how it was supposed to.
Dang, nice.
Yeah, you went in with the Fritos bag.
Fritos barbecue twist.
That was fire. I did have a bite of that.
Yeah, it was With the carne, the green chili.
Yeah.
In the forest?
In the forest.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
And then this man had us laced up. We're walking around the forest with cucumber lemon water. Like, jeez. Oh.
Dude, we were rolling in style. Everybody.
Yeah, good fellas. Yeah.
If we're gonna go in, we're spa days.
Yes.
Our body's gonna be feeling good.
Yeah.
On all levels.
Like in the comments to the chef, people are like, do you have any alcohol? And I'm like, no, this is just hydration.
This is just freaking curing a cup. I told him, dude, he's got my picture. I was like, I need that back.
Oh yeah,
I need
dude.
to have this.
That thing is charged.
Perfect.
Yeah, in the mix as fast as possible. Get it back. Yeah, too easy too.
I'm getting it back this weekend.
Yeah.
I let him have it for a week.
Yeah.
I'll let him enjoy those energies for a while.
Yeah, if he doesn't make anything in it, he's wasting his time.
Oh, it's a fool.
Yeah.
That thing will light you up.
Yeah, walking around the forest with a tiki cup, just full of.
That dude should make more of those. He said he had it as like a decoration.
Yeah. Someone gifted it to him, and he was over it. He's like, I've never used them for like 3 years. But I did drop a cucumber out there in the field, so there's gonna be some cucumbers growing out there.
I hope so.
Oh yeah,
that would be awesome.
Too much energy in that.
Dude, that would be beautiful. I mean, it's already been soaking in water. All it needed was the dirt.
Ready to go, yeah.
And that's some pretty good soil.
It is,
So it gets some good rain.
Yeah, I mean, there's oak poop everywhere, so.
Those little pebbles.
Oh yeah, you see. Yeah, they trick you. Like, come on out here for grilled cheese in the morning.
I got your side of homemade hash browns.
Home fries. Home tots.
Seasoned to perfection from the forest.
Yeah.
Acorns.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. So, like, what sparked it, though? I know, I mean, the namesake, obviously.
Yeah. You have to, the legacy of that.
Yeah.
But no, it's just something that just always felt like I needed to do. And it just took me, I was always funny, but it took me a while to like jump into actual comedy. Like I wrote for 2 years before I even started going up. Yeah. Just a notebook filled with garbage. None of it made sense, but I was trying.
You were cooking. I mean, you don't get the recipe right the first time. It takes a couple of times for all of them.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then just started growing up, once you started growing up, that's what, it'll make or break you,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been doing it for 6 years, so I've seen a lot of people start and quit comedy.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta, it's just like any art, you have to have passion.
Yeah.
You don't have passion.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's stagnant water.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bad motivation.
Yeah.
I just want to be famous.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have that cucumber and lemon.
Oh, that's fame. That's fame right there. Hey, you don't need a big bank account. You got water with cucumber and lemon in it? In abundance in a field?
Yeah. We're going to see that on Instagram now. The new manifestation technique.
Yeah.
Are you drinking your cucumber lemon water?
Yeah, what's in your gauntlet?
That's beautiful though, because I mean, 6 years that's a pretty solid kind of moving into it, and I think that's like when you hear like the people like, oh, the overnight story, blah blah blah. It's like that was 10 years in the making.
Yes, it never happens like that.
So many people. I remember hearing something where they were like, I'm gonna be rooting for you, by the way. So I love you.
Love you, thank you.
So, they're like, no one roots for you while you're going through the shit. They only root for you when they see that you've succeeded.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need that anymore. Like I needed you all back then.
Yeah.
I had to get myself that whole time.
For sure, yeah. You'll never have the most friends when you got something going on.
Yeah.
You know, like people out of nowhere like, hey, I want to be a part of this, and it's like, no, if you weren't here when we were brainstorming this on a piece of notebook paper, we don't really need you now.
Exactly. Dude, my Brainstor is my whole room.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I can only imagine.
I hit my dad up. This is the second time. He does wallpaper for like major companies and like does all this stuff. And I was like, Dad, you have like dry erase wallpaper.
Oh.
He's like, yeah. I was like, send me like 30 feet of that.
Yeah.
So it's like I have like one whole section that's just like business, and then I have a whole other section that's just like manifestation, shit I need to see every day, stuff I need
like
to
autistic and beautiful minds.
Oh yeah. To a T. And I got the mirror closet door, so I'm over there. Like Rain Man over there.
A beautiful mind if it's just positive affirmations.
Don't forget, love yourself. You are beautiful.
Just a mirror, a hand drawn mirror that says, "You're already beautiful, baby."
With the crappy self portrait. Yeah. With the me on top.
Just a stick person version of yourself.
Long curly hair. Yeah. Tapped on beard.
Like, oh, hell yeah. I do look fly today.
I go in front of it every morning and that's the spirit.
It's just you giving yourself a thumbs You just have some like, mind if I check out my outfit in your mirror? Like, go for it.
Go for it. Dude, I started doing that to myself, actually. No, not like to that extent. But I would do, I remember when I was young, I don't know what age I was. But I just started, every time I'd go to the bathroom or be in the bathroom, every time I would leave, I would make sure I would smile at myself in the mirror before I left. And I don't know, it's just a subconscious thing. I just kind of look at myself and go.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it may have done something super subconscious. Just emanate joy.
Some people have a problem, they can't even look in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, they avoid looking in it.
Oh,
yeah, so to even be able to smile at yourself is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
it's a tough one. I mean, I'm sure you've dealt with that.
I love smiling at myself in the mirror.
The only thing he does in front of the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, I brush my teeth outside.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a mirror for that.
Yeah, ground out.
Well, you get a little mud.
Oh.
Toothpaste.
No, I go coconut oil, baking soda.
Oh yeah?
Some rosemary.
Some rosemary? Oh, I got rosemary. You
Oh.
use that for your teeth?
Bro, at first it was weird. It's like brushing your teeth with garlic bread. But afterwards, this weekend I had used some toothpaste out of the June Jam, and I was like, fuck, like I haven't used toothpaste in a few weeks, and it burns.
Really?
It burns them out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've been hearing toothpaste is actually really bad for you.
It is, yeah. But coconut oil, that'll cure any cavities you have going on.
So what do? Do you mix it? Did you like mix it up like a pre-mix, or do you do it all? You do a little concoction on top of your toothpaste?
It's already pre-mixed.
Just
He's got a bowl. He pulls out coconut, baking soda, rosemary.
Version of a toothbrush. No, it's already like pre-mixed, and then just dip it in, and I'll squirt a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in my mouth beforehand. Because mouthwash is awful for you.
Yeah, I don't do mouthwash.
Yeah. If you have mouthwash, do yourself a favor, pour it out, dump it out, and throw it away. Yeah, it's guaranteed mouth cancer.
Yeah. I remember. So I had like stuff going on with my gums. had like receding gums for a minute, and I was like, I did the Oral B. It was supposed to be like fighting all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I did that for like a month. I saw nothing. It was like it's getting worse. Switched to just water and hydrogen peroxide, and it's like healing and all. I was like, that took like 2 weeks.
Yeah, bro. Hydrogen peroxide is just water with an extra molecule.
Peroxide.
Yeah. Yeah. Water's H2O.
Yeah.
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide is H2O too. Just extra molecule.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, that's how you can put it in your mouth and not die.
That's a good one. Can you swallow that shit?
Huh?
Can
No,
you
you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Why?
Because it's knocking out bacteria.
So it'll mix with all the other stuff. Too many molecules.
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to hurt you. You might have like an upset stomach.
Some diarrhea.
Or like, I don't know, maybe like indigestion or.
What's the other one for the Pepto-Bismol commercial? Let's bring it home.
Yeah, you're like straight to diarrhea. Like you skip the whole stomach. Yeah, which one are you drinking it with?
It's like make sure both ends are clean, you know? It's one and the same tube.
Yeah, be careful. It's like what's it, a Mentos and a Diet Coke.
I've done it for weeks. Whoa. Some turbulence.
You just bottling yourself.
Start shaking. Stir it up. That's dangerous.
Just a busy Josh.
We're going to try something new today. So you ground up the rosemary? I'm still on this.
Yeah, rosemary oil.
Rosemary oil?
Yeah.
Is that safe to ingest?
I'm brushing my teeth.
Is that a dumb question? Yeah, if you're listening, don't ask. Don't comment.
That's like your question. Have you always been this big? Kind of grew into it.
I just like to set people up for comedic relief. Yeah, but Neil, all weekend, I guess, you know what? It wasn't, it was all weekend. I would have some dumb questions. And he would just always pause and look at me and he goes, "Did you hear yourself right now?" What did you say? I'm not even going to answer that. I was like, come on, man, cut me some slack.
Did you ever watch The Office?
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of when Pam, the receptionist, she would like force, I forget his name. Michael, actually.
Oh,
Michael to say, like, answer the phone twice, because she's like, every time you say the first thing that comes out of your mouth is just so stupid. And she's like, so I'll mute him for that, and then the second time he starts talking, it's like actually like normal.
Yeah. I do remember that. That was a good show. So, I'm going to ask you this, because you guys were talking about it earlier, and I thought it was funny. What's the worst that you bombed?
Worst that I bombed?
Yeah.
It was the first time I ever hosted comedy at all. Like I had hosted guest hosted open mics, but I was hosting a show at Stand Up Live, and I had to open up the show 15 minutes, and I was like only 8 months in.
Yeah.
I didn't have 15 minutes.
It's a long time.
Oh yeah, and I was late, so I didn't get all the information on the show, and I went out there, and the crowd hated me. From the beginning. From the beginning. And every time I came back out, I could see him oh, this guy again. I was like, in my eyes, I'm like, no, you guys don't get it. I'm with you. I feel you. I understand. Yeah. No, I saw him. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I need a bag of dicks up here.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah. I dislike me right now. Yeah. And so after that, I was like, all right. I never want to feel this ever again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I started working on hosting and got better at hosting.
Yeah.
Because all you need is one of those. Yeah.
And set yourself straight.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. You actually like harnessed that and went the other way with it, and not like just gave up on it.
Oh yeah, no,
That's
I was like determined. I'm like, I need to turn this energy back around because I was,
Yeah.
I remember the guy who booked me for the show. He's like, "Yeah, you did pretty good." I was like, "Dog, don't lie to me." Like, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Do you have any advice going on here, like going on forward?
Yeah.
Will help because I know what I did. Thank you for risking it on me.
It's for real.
Yeah.
That's kind of that is a beautiful transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
Going from that to, I like how you stated that, which is big. I don't ever want to feel this way. You know?
Dude, awful.
So many people, because like, so many when they do that though, like you stated it, and one of the things like so many like that I've witnessed do is like I don't want to feel that way again, so they don't ever put themselves in a position to feel that way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know.
So then they're running from something that they may love or
Yeah.
spent, and then they're like,
so that's
you know,
heartbreaking. Yeah.
Then they fall in line of like, well, fuck, I might as well just get some 9 to 5 or that's what I was doing.
And I like
try.
I thrive off of like doing things that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I have no problem risking failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you just come up with a whole new plan, you know.
On the
That's
spot.
it. Yeah. Just shit
Well, I remember
fire.
you were telling me, you were like, that's the only, what did you say? Damn, we were on the walk and you were like, we were talking about this exact thing about, you're leaning into things that just make you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Because then you know that that's the way that you get that, that's what it is. That's just the way that you get the experience, so that way you can continue to keep doing that.
Yeah, the more experiences you have, everything gets easier.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, dude, I've had some crazy ass experiences in my life. Like I would tell you, I actually like sang a song that I wrote at like a fashion show.
What? Okay.
Not many people know about that, but like I remember. So this is how it happened.
This is your first time like live
First time
performing.
ever.
Dang.
And it was this like lady who worked at Arizona, the ASU. I don't know if she worked there, but she worked at like one of the buildings there. And her son was like this musician. And somehow I got put on with one of the dudes that was like also an audio engineer, and they needed someone, like another person to kind of help run audio. And like help him with like beats and make music and stuff. And I remember going in, I was like, I ain't never done any of this before, but fuck it, this sounds cool as hell.
Yeah.
So it was like my first like audio gig, and I was like, dude, I got tracks up the wazoo. Let's just sit and listen. So we did that for a while. None of that actually ever came to fruition of creating music with them. But I remember we were setting up sound because I was like the other guy wasn't unavailable. So I was like helping them set up sound for this fashion show they had going on. They're like, here's a lineup. They're just gonna hand you this. You just gotta play it, and we'll make sure that sound throughout the whole building was good. And so I'm doing all this work. And then his mom comes in as we're setting up sound and I was getting like decibel levels and stuff. She goes, one of our singers like bailed, like they're not gonna make it. And this was like the night before. And I was like, and she looks at me and she goes, wait, you make music, don't you? I was like, yeah. She's like, do you want to perform tomorrow? I was like, my whole body just went, whoop. I was like, sure. I've never done it, but I was like, cool, yeah, I got something. And I had like I was so mad at myself. I had some like doper songs, but I chose one because I knew it was going to be some sort of family-friendly event.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's going to be children here. I don't want to be swearing in front of children.
Yeah.
So I picked this song that I like put out only to test the Spotify algorithm to just see how it would load up. So it was just this like, it was a Sunday morning song that I made. And I was like, wake up every morning with a smile on my face. Another day alive, a feeling I embrace. I wake up every morning with a smile on my... And then like, so that was like the hook. There was a little more to it. And it was just a cool, vibey song. And I remember it was my turn to go up there and I hadn't like done it. I got all levels and I'm all nervous because I was just like, I'm not going to be one of those people that perform and have my vocal in the background. Like, I want my vocal to be my vocal.
Yeah.
And then only have like maybe the chorus, have a little reverb. So I was like, I got to actually like do this. So I went out there And I remember singing it, and I remember also blacking out a little bit. I was so nervous. And there's all these people, and like I'm going, and I'm like, don't fuck up a line, like, don't forget. I rehearsed it so many times, and I didn't mess up a line, and I sang the first chorus, and I saw some people move, and I was like, oh, we're good. And I got into the second verse as we're going, and then the last chorus came on. I had people actually singing this fucking shit. And I was like, dang. I was lit up. At the end of it, I was like, yes, like, you guys are going to hear it. And that was last and first time I ever performed.
Dang. Is it going to be the last time?
Probably not.
Yeah, it felt good.
Probably not. It felt good.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't really put myself in a position to have any opportunities like that.
Hey, but you got a taste of it.
I got a taste. I know what it's like now.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Yeah.
I needed to get that out of the way. So I understand.
My first time ever performing, I did well. Then it sucked the next 7 times. So I was so gassed about that first time. I was like, oh, it's easy. Yeah, so there's more experience. So that's dope for your first time.
Yeah.
And for it to be like thrown at you like that.
Just the night before?
Imagine 2 weeks before. How much I would have sat on your head.
Dude, I would probably have had way more anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been all in my head. I
you
probably
would change six different songs and still ended up in the same one with none of the practice time.
Yup.
Yeah.
I would have been like, hey, this one's cool, this one. Yeah. I would have gone through all that. And I was like, you know what? I was like, this song was also like an ode to my mom. Like, I don't know. She just like, so like, I put it out like that. And then, it came out. I was just, my surprise was like, you guys actually remember the lyrics.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That was like I was like, damn, you guys actually
first time singing it.
First time singing, y'all never heard the song, and you guys are like singing it too. I had some people a couple friends in the crowd. They were like, they were in the same boat. Like, how the hell they? I was like, I don't know, man. Yeah. But I do have that. I will say this. I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't have a video, but whenever I sing a song, it does get stuck in people's heads.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if it's just a random banger.
Yeah, you're an ooh in training, dog. Of course. Of course, it's in the DNA.
He's gonna realize I've been a full ooh on my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
It'll hit him.
The schwa.
The schwa. Dude, I actually thought about making that like the name now instead. Because I was like, I like that.
Yeah. That's fire.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed, and one of my favorite things about you was the way, we're going to get into this a little bit here, and dive a little deep because we're a little in the music, was the way that you began to understand frequency. I think that was something that like was special to hear about and to like understand. So give me like an intro view of like when you started to understand frequency, or like coming into like, oh, this is how that shit works.
Bro, it's like been over the last year. But as I look back, I'm like, oh, I've understood energy beforehand, but I just didn't have a name for the bass. Mm-hmm. You know? So yeah, it's like, it was out there at the same music festival we were vibing. My ex-girlfriend, we had just broken up we'd only been broken up for 2 weeks.
Right.
And I had a bunch of shows, so it's like, I didn't even really have time to process anything. So I get out there, and I was out there for 14 days. So I was doing the building strike for the festival and performing comedy. And she was out there just destroying me even more, you know. Dang. So it was like, it was exhausting. It's exhausting, especially, you know the energy out there.
Yeah.
With partying on top of everything.
Yeah.
But I was like, so appreciate. Like, it took me a while. I'm like, was her being out here the best for the scenario or not? But it was like, I got to hit bottom even faster because she was putting in the work, you know.
That's a big shit,
yeah. And so it's like, like it took a while, but I'm like, oh, I appreciate every little thing. You know, like all I have to say is thank you because it helped me elevate even more. Like, had to hit bottom.
Yeah.
Had to hit bottom, and then it's like, shortly after that, quitting alcohol, drinking alcohol, and
Yeah.
and then started getting back into working out. But I don't go to the gym. Like I love doing it outside, barefoot, barefoot, grounding in the sun, get the vitamin D. A quarter of the time working out, you just feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I try to go to the gym, and there's so much energy, and other bad people, like energy's bad energy, and people get off the machine if they're having a bad, that's where people go to if they're having a bad day. And it's like, no, someone's got to catch that, dog. And it's like I can't have your negative intentions in my workout routine now. It's like
bubbling up.
It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help my growth in any way. So it's like I can see people's energies, feel it. Like I can negative energy, I know right away. Like I can feel like it's the people who want your good vibes, your positive energy.
Right.
They can see that. They can see your light shining bright. And they can't wait to come and kick soot on it.
Those people, vampires, energy vampires.
Oh, dude. So, and it's like, so being in front of a room full of strangers all the time, it's just like, I can break people down so quick. And like, you ever been to the Renaissance Festival?
Yeah.
I'm a tomato guy out there.
Are you really?
Yeah, the past 3 years I've done it.
Dude, that's crazy. I probably saw you out there. I didn't even know.
Oh, yeah. I'm the only black guy who works there, so 3 years running strong. But so I'm out there like analyzing people. They're trying to throw tomatoes and I'm throwing insults. It's a beautiful exchange.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
It is. I don't I love watching people just nerd out on it. It's kind of like Comic-Con. People aren't just in like medieval clothes. They're out there in Star Wars stuff. The only ones that confuse me are the furries.
Where do y'all fit in?
Oh, dude, it's like 98 degrees out there. You're dressed like a 4.5 foot tall fox. Why would you do that to yourself? Just wearing fur in the heat.
Back in the day, we chased foxes.
No, this is a blue fox.
Oh, fuck.
This is a blue fox with like leather pants. So.
Assless chest. There's that tail coming out.
This is a very different fox hunt than you're used to. It gives a whole new meaning to foxhole.
Motivated foxhole. Oh yeah, because you can't really fully face dive in that one.
You did. Yeah, good thing you have nice things, so I just spit all over them because you were so funny.
I appreciate you for liking my somewhat nice thing.
I would have drowned your little Buddha if I didn't hold that in.
That's some good energy on Buddha. That's good look Buddha.
Oh, for sure.
So I want to circle back because I want to swim with this a little more. Just on the level of when you were talking about, I had to hit that rock bottom quicker. Because I think that's a big point where people don't want to be at rock bottom and they don't understand the level of how far you're about to be launched.
Yeah.
If you don't seize that opportunity.
Yeah, no. I see it. I know what you're saying. People will be they'll try to pull the life preserve.
Right.
And keep themselves afloat, and it's it's still sitting right there. There's
you're pulling the life preserver in 2 feet of water.
And the second you pull that life preserver, you're not even in the water anymore. But it's right there. You're not saving yourself from nothing. You're just delaying.
Yeah.
So it's to be thrown in it, feel it, feel alone.
Yeah.
But it's because you're supposed to be.
Right.
You're losing. You're losing. This is a lot of people have a hard time letting go of items and people that they know are holding them back, but they feel bad for those people. And it's like, nah, like you gotta hit that rock bottom and realize that nobody has you like you have you.
Right.
And then once you start loving yourself, you can give other people more love.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to already, like, people will try to think that they can save or help other people that are a few feet above them just because they pulled out life preserver. It's like, nah, like, you're wasting your time.
You're supposed to sing.
Yeah. Yeah. Let yourself hit and start. Embrace. Embrace,
Yeah, I remember when I hit that rock bottom. I've actually hit that a couple times.
Yeah. Once you hit it the first time, it gets easier.
Oh, yeah.
You embrace it.
I almost was like, I was ready for it. And the second time, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where is this about to throw me at?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It don't matter how you view it. I already know how much growth I'm going to get from this.
Right.
And I'm already ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already cleared my schedule.
I'm about to clear my schedule.
Yeah.
So I know, I'm like, all right, it's time.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part was the awareness that it takes, right? And it takes a certain amount of awareness to recognize, like, okay, I'm just gonna feel this.
Yeah.
I think that was a big, like, that energy right there is so strong that I think it gets overlooked at how some minuscule part of, I just need to feel this real quick and feel through this will let you expand the energy, like you're saying, right? And I think, they just flash the image of it. This is like hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
It's only a couple molecules, but those couple molecules will fix your freaking teeth.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about like that small amount of energy, that small amount of feeling.
That's all it takes.
That'll fix your life.
Just the same exact thing, just one tiny adjustment.
One tiny thing.
That's it.
Add another molecule.
Yeah. That's easy. Like, I love that. Put that on the sticker.
That's it. Add another molecule.
Yeah.
That should be on our shirt.
That should be on your shirt right there.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody take that.
Yeah.
I'm about to copyright that.
Yeah, this is copywritten pre-show. We just want to bring this back up like it's a surprise.
Gotcha. We talked about this hours
ago. The penalty for stealing that line is now we have to add another chromosome.
I don't know why I still went for a drink.
I was watching you. Oh, he's challenging himself. And the Buddha's getting wet.
That's getting wet.
No, yeah. Like, add another molecule. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Yeah,
you gotta embrace like the universe throws you signs, and the quicker you start acknowledging them, the faster and easier they come. Like during the weekend, everything it was coming so fast, but we were also creating fucking good energy, vibration, like little grenades all over the place. Yeah. As soon as let go, boom. It's not like we got to sit there and watch.
Let it happen. I think that was the coolest thing.
Yeah. No.
The moving the energy and like understanding what you're doing and knowing that I don't have to be there to watch it blossom into something really beautiful. Some beautiful moment of joy for somebody.
Yeah, and the reward, it's like the joy comes back to you in other forms. Dude, like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen is one of my friends did a pay it forward, right, in the drive-thru. And then he sat in the drive-thru to tell the person that he was the one who paid for their stuff. I was like, and he like recorded it to put online. The person was like, all right, thanks. And I was like, dude, what do you like that? That defeats the whole purpose. Yeah, it's like That's like the rich version of like like buying a homeless person food, but just paying for the person who can already afford it behind you.
I gotta tell you about it afterwards.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's a surprise.
Just remember, I bought that for you.
Yeah. You're surprised the person behind you already had $8 for coffee.
That's why they were in the line.
Yeah.
I don't know why that brought the image of like people that like shout out themselves for helping homeless people.
Yes, dude.
Like, I mean, it's beautiful to see, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But why are we making that a thing?
Yes, bro. Like the people who are like getting updates for families
real.
that are missing.
Yeah.
They're like that have somebody that has gone like is a feral.
Add an extra chromosome.
You know, feral human is like just human with an extra molecule. But yeah, this like dude, when they go around and it's like yeah, it's just sad because they're making a spectacle of this person.
For real.
It's like you could just go like I understand like okay, views helps give you money so that way you can help more people.
Sure.
But not all of them got to be on camera.
Right.
Like it's sad, you know.
It's like a realization, like, damn, there's actually a lot of people out there like that.
No, for sure, bro. Dude, I seen the best one I've seen was there was this white girl who was sitting on the curb, no shoes, and this black dude rolls up on an electric scooter and he's like, "Are you hungry?" And she's like, "Yeah." So he's like, "I'm gonna go get you some like you ain't got like some Puerto Rican food or something like that." Yeah, because he's like, it was like rice and beans. And like she was all pumped up on the rice and beans. Like, "You want something to drink?" And he came back with food, and somebody had already brought her better food than he got. And he was like, "Oh, I guess you already got some food. You can just hold on to this for later." Like he was just so disappointed. And I was just watching it, and I was like, "What an idiot!" Like. This chick was barefoot. He could have been the first African dude to buy a white person a pair of shoes. Dude, the gift that keeps on giving. Like she's barefoot. She doesn't need.
He doesn't need food.
Yeah, she doesn't need shoes. 8 trays of food. Yeah, they're shoes, dude.
She's probably like, I have enough to get money for my own food, but I just can't walk there. It hurts my feet.
But he was just so disappointed that somebody else had also helped her. Yeah. And I was like, that's where you see like that this dude's a loser.
Yeah.
You know, like
all that. So that was just all selfish.
It was. Yeah.
There was no genuine thought.
Oh yeah, he's like, I gotta hurry up and edit it before the other person puts up a video.
Watch, they're still recording. They got him recording coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
when you're helpful but late. Just they just scoot off on a scooter like, "You want to be helpful in my town, you got to speed it up, buddy." We're delivering help like Amazon Prime.
Overnight it. That 2-day Prime shipping. Oh, that's fucking funny. But that stuff, I love it. But it's also like you said. I mean, what's the point of it as far as like gratifying it? Like, you're like, why don't we just do that without having to broadcast it?
Exactly.
You know what? The one thing that drives me nuts is like, I remember hearing something that this is California, and you can quote me. I could be totally wrong on this, but they like have all this funding for like the homeless, and like none of the homeless see a dime of it.
Dude,
it's almost like they just keep like using that. Let's just keep bulking up resources and pay ourselves.
Oh, that's what they do.
We can do it,
bro. Like, yeah,
and they barely help.
They drop like millions of dollars into a duplex for homeless people, and that's it. You know, so it only has 2 units, and it costs them like $6 million to make.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then it takes them a year to get people into it. And this delays the whole system.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's sad the way the money's allocated.
Yeah.
Like homelessness could easily be handled.
It could.
We spend enough money to Ukraine to solve theirs and our homelessness.
That also drives me absolutely
nuts. Yes.
The amount of money that we send overseas for the amount of stuff that we need here, it's like, wait a second. You know, y'all got people that can't even afford like healthcare. They can't even go get like a checkup, or can't do nothing, or can't even sleep in something comfortable.
Bro, cook into the sidewalk in the middle of the summers here.
Seriously.
Yeah, like.
I think that I was driving Lyft the other day. It was actually a woman that lived in California and a woman that lived here, and they were talking. That was like one of the main things like they were talking about was like it's the reason why I stayed here, because like the homeless thing is so bad out there that like I don't want my kids being up around like some of these crazy homeless people. And I was like, I mean, we got some homeless people here. She's like, yeah, it's a little different than California. I was like, yeah, I can also see it being really weird here too because of the sun.
Yeah.
The heat cooks your brain on top of whatever drug you're taking.
In certain parts of California, you just leave your car unlocked. Because if not, they're going to smash your windows out. So you leave nothing in your car.
You just leave it unlocked.
Yeah, you just leave it unlocked, bro. People got tired of getting their windows smashed out.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, there's certain parts of LA. Anywhere is a good place to go to the bathroom or masturbate. So that's why people don't want to have their kids around, dude. You'll just be like walking to work and just see somebody just like taking a shit right there on the side of the road, and like if you say something, they're gonna be mad at you for interrupting. Like, yeah.
This is my time.
Yeah.
You're interrupting my
time.
How
dare you lock eyes with me in my bathroom?
It's like a freaking dog when you look at it and its ears perk up like, what are you staring at me for?
Dude, oh my god. How hilarious would that be? They'll just be sitting there with like a dog poop bag over your head.
Just waiting
for the whole person to finish. How mad do you think they'd be? Like, he's stealing my poop!
They gotta install those bags around all those areas now, like they do at dog parks.
He's like, this guy's treating me like an animal. Like, no, you're the one shitting into the
grumbling. This is a sidewalk, the bike lane. The bell. You're just waiting for her to finish.
On your left.
Oh, God. I'm dying. That was brutal. Oh, could you imagine? That's the word. I actually did see some dude just peeing on the side of a bus stop when I was driving the other day.
Oh, dude.
Literally, I'm taking a left. I think it was in like downtown Phoenix, and this guy just doing one of these, like looking around. He's just peeing, letting it go. I was like, dang.
I've been there.
Yeah,
especially when you got the QTs that lock their bathrooms at night, and you're just like, I just have to pee, dude.
Let me go.
Yes. Like, hopefully nobody minds. I'm gonna try to be discreet.
I remember one time walking home from Mill Avenue. I was drunk. I think I was like 22, obviously drunk, and I'm walking. Like I explain myself. Yeah. So I'm walking, and I remember there was like a road to like walk off, and my buddy and I were walking. I think it was like the quad or something off Arizona State. And I was like, oh, I feel like I gotta freaking go to the bathroom. There's just like tall bushes that were like on this little like concrete side where they had like bushes on the side. So I went and I jumped, and I thought I was all discreet, like trying to be in between the bushes, right? They're big ass bushes. I hear this little bike roll up behind me, and it's like, it must have been like it was a woman cop, I think, or like security. And she goes,
bike cops.
Yeah, she goes, what are you doing over here? And I was like, I really had to go. Please don't be mad at me. She started laughing. She goes, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see you. I was like, I appreciate it. I got away with that one.
Okay.
But that's like indecent exposure.
Oh, for sure. You were in the bike lane.
She got me in the bike lane. We gotta make a t-shirt. One taking a dump in a bike lane.
Just like the diamonds and the roll.
Yo, the sign. The cross behind no pooping in the bike lane.
This is a poop-free lane.
No skid marks here.
Bro.
Oh, I drove that one into the ground. I want to also maneuver on your thoughts about the quickness, like because I asked you. I'm gonna preface this here. I asked you Monday, and I remember asking. I was like, "So what is it that you felt that would drive those like manifestations and quick things? Like, what is it that you did that you started to like? I want to use the word attuned to, but I also know it's always going.
Yeah.
So like that
Trust.
you started to like start to pick up on.
Yeah, just trust, embrace when I started to see the signs.
Yeah.
You know, like quit fighting it. Like this isn't happening for no reason. You know, like give more belief to it. Like, you know, because it keeps showing itself for a reason. So it's like, once I put the belief into it, I'm like, oh, like I was just delaying it. It could have moved even faster, you know, but I was being stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the next thing starts to show itself. Like, it's just, the universe is always throwing those signs, and the more you allow them in, the faster they come. And I just live off of that. Like, even if, no matter what, I'm always where I'm supposed to be, for the good or bad. You know, like, I don't waste the time thinking of, did I make the right decision or not? I just know I did.
That.
You know, I know I did. For the better or worse, it's always going to be for the positive. Because even if it's if it leads to a bad situation, I'm that much smarter now. Especially when I experience that situation again. I'm not going to get caught in the bike lane.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. I love that you tailored on that, the belief aspect.
Yeah.
I think that's where people do run into the bike lane shitters.
Yeah,
because you got that disbelief.
Yeah.
You grow up having all these beliefs about how things work in the world and how they are created and the way you have to build your life, and you fall into almost like some sort of victim mentality.
Yeah.
Like it's like a grandfathered mentality that's been going on for so long.
Well, they don't want people to wake up.
No.
You know, like, oh, you believe manifesting, that's dumb. It's like, all I can do is bring my vibe around of understanding it. There's no words I'm going to say that's going to help you.
Right.
But when you get there, you'll get there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to waste my time right now.
I always try to drop little nuggets.
Yeah, that's all you
can do.
If
I can't change your whole belief system, if you're not ready and willing to sit with me to change your whole belief system, I'm gonna leave you with this, and you're gonna remember this.
Yeah. So when it does hit, it's gonna be like that right away. You're like, oh,
that's what
I remember. Yeah. That's the best you can do. You know, it's like my path may not be your path, but if at least I can help you plant the seed that's gonna get you to your version of that.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Right. Let me try and see if I can, like, uplift your path.
Yeah.
Let me give you that little joy.
Yeah. A taste.
You know, and sometimes it don't even have. The beautiful part too about that is sometimes it doesn't even have to be like some major lesson.
Yeah.
Like I think when you find someone that is passionate about what they do and the way they speak about it, I think even that energy, no matter whether it's me talking about your life, right? It's just it radiates, and you're like, oh, that's hitting me.
It's that vibration.
Like I could be talking, and we could be cracking a joke to somebody, and because it's like this passion about bringing someone joy, that's right there is already going to elevate them to a point like, wow, I want to feel that all the time.
Oh yeah, it's going to bring up all the vibrations together. Yeah, which is too easy.
It is.
It's too easy, but everybody gets too focused on the negative.
People take things way too serious.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm over the top comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, you talk in front of enough rooms full of strangers, and like nothing becomes off topic. You know?
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah. Like I used to have to be like, I gotta control myself for what these people can handle. I'm like, no. I'm just gonna be comfortably me, and if it's not for them, they can excuse themselves from the energy.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. The people who stay, we're gonna have a blast.
Well, how long did it take for you to kind of embody that into your comedy?
6 years. It just keeps growing, you know, like. But like initially, when you have people, you know, because I've seen people leave comedy shows for all different types of reasons.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like the saddest level is it's a gay comic, and the people are that uncomfortable. And I'm like, dude, nothing looks gayer than you being offended by you're closeted.
You're literally
why would that bother you?
You're the punchline at this point.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a reason you're uncomfortable. It's because you're not honest with yourself. You know? Yeah. So it's like just different, like people being too filthy or people saying just one inappropriate word that makes other people uncomfortable, and it's like. Yeah, you just master how to say everything without because it's like you can bring up something without you can bring up cancer without it being something sad.
That's true. That's
true,
yeah.
And everybody always goes, they put on the soap opera music. Yeah.
We play the world's smallest violin while we sit here and dope around cancer being bad.
Yeah, was it skin cancer? Could be the pussy.
That shit cut off. What about your day? Oh no!
I got a question for you, and it might be like, maybe you might be like re-saying kind of some of the things you just said, but I just caught on, like, would you say like comfort then, or like discomfort, or like what role do you think that plays in like comedy for both like the audience and like the comedian?
No, that's a good question, and it's like different people though. There's different people, because there's some people that like enjoy getting put in an uncomfortable position. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, to do that, you almost have to trick the people that don't like, and that's why you get everybody comfortable, then go discomfort. Damn. So it's like,
it's like a craft.
Yeah, because you don't know. Yeah, there's all these different personality types. Like, there's naysayers. There's like, no matter how 100% accurate you're talking, they're gonna be like, I don't know, I don't believe that. Yeah. Then there's gonna be people who can't wait to believe it. So it's like, you almost have to try to accommodate both at the same time and get everybody all on the same roller coaster.
Damn. It's like magic.
He's threading the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. That's it.
Hey, let's take a certain.
And it's like I'm only 6 years in, so like 10 years.
Now,
how much more I'll understand that
Yeah.
will be even that much more, you know.
You'll have a knitted blanket by then.
Ooh, 2 knitted blankets. I already got a scarf.
This is that comfort blanket. Like, here, y'all wear this.
Yeah.
Let me give you something good now.
Yeah, no, one time.
I love the comedians that push the fucking button.
Oh yeah.
That brings me so much joy.
Dude, I love
because
it.
it's like you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's like when you're targeting this, like, let's just, I don't know. First thing that came to mind was Holocaust. I don't want to go there. But like when you're targeting something that's like
that's a burn
hard.
subject.
Yeah, I mean we've already roasted that to ashes. Like when you get to that subject though, it's like we don't look reality in the face enough in our day. So you need someone to be like, look at this shit. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We can laugh about it.
Yeah.
That's the reality. What's going on?
People try to pretend like, oh, I don't want to hear about that. I don't like if I don't know what's happening, it's not happening. Yo, this is still happening regardless.
This is going on.
Like I used to do a bunch of structured stuff, but now I just go up there and I just improv. I'm just in the moment. But I'm like on YouTube. You can go look at like my opener, my closer. My closer is a callback to my opener.
Ooh, good one.
And everybody dies laughing at the end, but nobody ever realizes that they're cracking up at a rape joke. You know, that's like I'm the victim in it, but because like they're overlooking it because it's not a female.
Oh yeah.
You know, like and it's like I'm like, and people be like, oh, you can't. There's certain things you can't joke about. And I'm like, well, I bet you just laughed at a rape joke.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, it's just I got you. Yeah, like, I don't even announce it in the joke. Like that's the beautiful part of it. It's like anything can be funny. You know, it's just. But
how many times do you think people try to like say that joke to their friends? And like try to tell it, and then they realize, oh shit, you were laughing at a rape joke.
Yo, yeah, dude. I was like breaking it down to people, and I'm like, yo, you're laughing. That's a rape joke. That's the best part. Yeah, I love fucking hitting them with that because it's like it's a callback to something that isn't a rape joke. And so it's like it just goes over everybody's head, you know. And it's like that's just the joy. To like weave in things because it's like humor, you know. Yeah, it's like everything because good and bad jokes all come from the same place,
right?
You know, just sometimes the bad ones don't ever make it to be good, but you had to be willing to risk, you know, telling a bad joke.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean that literally just ties to decisions in life. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You have your bad decisions that sometimes land, sometimes don't land, turn out to be good. You have your good decisions that sometimes land, sometimes don't land, that turn out to be bad.
Yeah, but they're all good.
They're all good.
There's
no good or bad.
Yeah.
They're just decisions.
Yes, just certain of them feel better
in
the moment. Yeah. But
you can look back on a bad decision that you felt you made 2 years ago, and that was probably the best decision ever made in your entire life.
Yeah, you had no clue when that seed was gonna fruit.
Nope.
Yeah, and you just like you can't sit there and like just be drowning in it. Like, I made the bad decision. It's like just own it. Hey, own it.
You've already made a bad decision.
It's in the past. There's nothing you can do about it. Embrace it.
Are you gonna learn from it, or just continue to say it's a bad decision?
Yeah, learn and grow, and sometimes that's why you get reminders on stuff that you should know better. But the universe is like, let me hit you with this reminder. You're like, all right, dog.
It comes back. It comes back. Hey,
I hear you.
You gotta laugh at this rape joke.
Yeah.
The universe don't be playing. The universe is the king of rape jokes.
Oh, for real. Oh shit! Just had a molecule.
They were laughing at that one. They thought that was funny. I had permission to say that. I don't need permission to say that. That's the one thing. Like I'm curious, like on your journey, just because of someone that's gone through that. Because I told you about what the Akashic records were.
Yeah.
And like the connection that you've established. That high key, everyone can establish. It's like point to camera. That's like a big thing that allows you to do exactly what you're doing. Like if we're to break it down in an energy perspective, you're seeing that there's an empty book, and that's the moment. And then you're recognizing the pages that have been filled in other books, whether they be years of your life or people you've met, right, that create some sort of whole book. And then you're like, okay, based on this information and my past lives that kind of come in, all this stuff comes in a little subconsciously, you recognize that, oh, instead of allowing these things to write this book, I can just take pieces, digest them, and process them, which is a big thing in life. If you don't give yourself time to process a decision, then you can't continue to create and build the current moment and the continuous chapters in your life.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can fall into an alignment with an intention of, I'm sitting at this book that is, maybe only, 20 pages long and isn't really selling out, to where I can find a place in my life where I can elevate to this 3-book novel series that's expanding my life into something absolutely beautiful the way that I've desired to live.
Yeah.
And that takes a sort of practice and like openness to what I feel like you've kind of embraced. And I always encourage that unknown, that kind of chaos, that kind of like, this is a risk.
Embracing the process.
But I embrace it because you have a faith and a trust. I think that's one of the biggest things. I'm gonna speak on this real quick. One thing I feel like we've done when we talk about like societal spaces is assimilated the term faith to religion.
Yes.
And we've gone from faith and trust and this, to letting that be a faith and trust in something completely outside of yourself. When it's really, I have faith in myself that I will overcome whatever this decision leads, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah.
I have faith in myself that I'm going to understand and have the awareness to be like, oh, here's the opportunity. Let me seize it and open that door while simultaneously closing this door, because I learned that lesson now.
Yeah.
I have faith and awareness. Like, I think faith should be another term for assimilation with awareness.
That's been like misconstrued over the time. Yeah.
When you hear faith, you're like, oh, am I supposed to be praying? Right?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be sitting here and going to church?
You have the same amount of faith in yourself.
Yeah.
I know where ideally I would like to be on my journey, but I have no clue until I get there, everything that's going to be a part of that process to get there.
Right.
So it's like I don't leave my mind closed to anything because I have no clue what door this is going to open. What path this is going to take.
Right.
Like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. It's like you're saying, like I just have faith. I believe in something so much that I haven't experienced yet. And I can't wait for the experience to catch up to that belief.
Yeah. And it's probably going to be, because of that energy, it's probably going to be like tenfold of what you even imagine it to be.
Open. I'm just open for it.
Yeah.
Open for it. Willing to work.
Yeah.
Because the best feeling things you can obtain are things you have to work the hardest for. Anything that comes easy is not worth it.
What is when you say that? What's like hard work for you? Let me get like, what is your when you envision? Oh, I'm doing hard work.
Like when I'm times when I've been down emotionally, but still I have to go on stage because I had these prior obligations that didn't. When I booked them, I did. It wasn't like, oh, in 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna feel down.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, I still gotta go and put that. So it's like, and I can't hide my emotions. So having to like push through that, you know, like be more like emotionally bare publicly than other people are willing to do, which allows me to fucking embrace those things even faster. Because I'm like, fuck, like just talking about it publicly, you own that topic more than you ever did, you know, instead of just sitting there quiet, keeping it hidden, not letting anybody know how you feel about that. It's like, hey, like, I am fucked up over this right now. We're gonna see how this goes, you know, but just embracing that and like, but willing to be bare in front of people like that.
I like that.
You know?
Yeah. I like that. I like that energy on that. I was like, this fool better not say sitting in my notebook fucking nights on end trying to come up with shit. Because like that's just that's most of your head.
Yeah.
That's most of you're just sitting in your head.
Yeah, that's why I had to let go of writing. I just be in the moment because I couldn't tell jokes that I was supposed to intentionally be excited about.
Yeah.
And I'm not like I'm gonna not represent the joke the way it should be, for one. And it's like I can't keep putting myself into that same energy, same scenario over and over and over, because eventually it's gone. Right. You know? So it's like, that's why I'm like, I just had to be present, like be myself exposed with no holdbacks.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you sang for the first time.
Right.
You're risking putting yourself out there and people vibed, and that's all you needed.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah,
that's it. Just like, you never know, and you never know who you're, like, there's going to be someone in that crowd that night that needs to hear you talk like that. You know, even if if it's not all humor, but somebody's like, oh, fuck, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
You know, even if they don't come up to you, if they don't have the balls just to know, you know, I'd be willing to risk that.
Yeah. Put everything out there.
Yeah.
I think that's, I think it goes back to when we did the authenticity episode. And I was like, you have to, in order to kind of overcome, and we talked about that actually being the work, so it's kind of dope that you picked up on that. Was that, not that you picked up on that, but that you've come to that same awareness.
Yeah.
That the work lies in you allowing yourself to be as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
It's not go do some ayahuasca retreat or go do some yoga retreat. That's not the work.
Yeah.
That's a space to do the work.
That's exactly.
That's all you're getting right
say.
there. That's a space to go and do the work. But the real work happens when you allow yourself to be that vulnerable, authentic person and just say, accept me or not.
Yeah.
And I'm good with either one.
Unapologetically yourself.
And I'm good with either one.
Yeah. Because that's, especially when you start giving all that love to yourself, it's like, if you don't want to be around me, that means you're not in a good place.
Right.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with me.
That.
I ain't the bad guy.
Because if I fuck with you, I'd elevate everybody around me. So it's like, if you ain't ready to be elevated, take your energy somewhere else. Yeah.
Go to the bike lane around.
Preferably by the canal. It's like, dude, the water's right there. The metaphysical bike lane.
That's like wait. It's gotta be, now I'm thinking it's gotta be a shirt like Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. Metaphysical. Cosmic freaking road. And you got someone's spiritual energy just pooping all over it, and you gotta hop to a new road. It's like, I can't deal with this right now. Not that I can't deal with it, but
so I don't need any turns in my path.
I'm supposed to go straight. What are you doing? I'll make my own road at that point.
Oh my god.
I think one of the coolest things, I'm with you on that, because I love that it's become the ability to be just you in all situations. Like I was talking to my manager a couple days ago, and I was like, I don't know how we got on this topic, but it was like a daily checkup or something. I work for CarMax, and I remember telling her, I was like, there was a time where, and a lot of people fall into this, you're one way with your family, you're one way with your friends, you're one way with complete strangers, and then you're one way with like people that are younger than you or older than you. And I found that the only way to like actually connect with all of them is if you're one way all across the board.
Yeah, you gotta compress.
You gotta just compress it.
Yeah.
You gotta come to like understand. Oh, who am I? And what am I bringing?
Yeah. Why split yourself that many different ways? Yeah.
It's tiresome.
Yeah.
It becomes like
you
need to.
There's time for that.
Oh, I gotta go and be something different with my family, and then tomorrow I gotta try and change energy to go be with friends and family, and then my kids are here. I gotta try and change the way.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm just going to speak to you the same way I speak to him, and the same way that I act to him, I'm going to act to you. And then the connection and the energy ensues at that point where you feel and like understand the respect.
Yes.
And it's not that I'm like, I need your respect. But it's like, I feel like something goes off in their head where they're like, damn.
It's like people trusting you to just be you.
To just be you.
Yeah.
You know exactly who you are, where you're going to be.
And I'd lost. That's why I started striving to find myself again, because I realized I was like, I'm somebody I'm not right now.
Yeah.
This isn't me. I've lost myself trying to be with somebody who I allowed myself to get turned so much from myself that I went on this journey. I'm like, I'm finding myself regardless. At the end of the day, I'm back.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, better than ever.
Better than ever. Because I'm back.
Back, baby.
Back in the flesh.
Yeah, back in the bike lane.
From outer space. Oh man, that's so funny. That's what I said when I was about to go to the hospital. Cops came. And I'm sitting there in the living room. Yeah, this whole story. I ain't gonna tell you this whole story. It took me 3 hours in the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you watch that one episode?
Yeah, we watched that episode. That's what I said. It was funny because like the cops came in and I'm sitting here, and I was sitting like this. So I'm sitting there like this. I got my feet crossed. I'm chilling. I'm sitting kind of like that. I had like my ID in one hand, and my dad was on the phone in the other. The cops walk in, and I'm calm as hell. I was 20 years old, and they come in, and they're like asking me questions. Like, you have anything this evening? Like, it's like 2 a.m, and I was like, yeah, I smoked a little bit of weed. It's like in that bag, front jar, right there. They go and they look, and there's the jar of little weed, and I was like. It's like, I don't know why everyone's freaking out. Like, I'm back. It's good. I'm back. In my head, I'm like, I'm a reincarnation of Jesus. The energy's there. I was like, I'm back. Why is everybody freaking out? Why are you guys... And it was a crazy night, man. That was my journey. That was my quote-unquote rock.
I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick.
All right. So, basically... I was living in the city in Chicago at the time, and I was going to culinary school. And I was focused on my craft. And my buddy and I were living with each other. We had rent apartments through the school in the West Loop. And we would literally go to school, we'd go to work, we'd smoke weed, we'd study, and we'd play NHL whenever we had free time. That was it. That was what we did, and we grinded. And I remember I was studying for a course. It was for making a menu for I'm getting actually some details that aren't actually on the episode, but I was studying for a course and creating this menu for this restaurant I'm creating. And I remember I wanted to do where, I'm just gonna say because it'll come to fruition regardless. every season you would switch to whatever in-season vegetables are growing. So that we were eating with the seasons, right? And so the menu would change and the energy would change.
Yeah.
And then I remember I started looking into, all right, well, let's think about ways to actually feed the body what it needs and get it all through the nutrients and things like that. Then I understood that there's only a few, what are they called? It'll come to me. There's only a few things that we don't make in our body that actually we get from food. That kind of synthesizes with us to give us the energy and things like that. And there's like 7 or 9 of them. Oh, amino something, not amino acids, something along those lines. But then I started studying, and then I started looking at like the food diet that we have and that they've created, and I was like, this is all wrong. This goes actually against everything that
You're talking about the food pyramid.
Food pyramid.
Yeah.
All the stuff that they say to eat and everything. I was like, we shouldn't even really eat red meat. I started going into everything. I was
you
like,
almost restructured it.
Oh yeah. I was 20 and I was like figuring this out. I was like, okay, so this is all wrong. This is way the fuck wrong. And so at that point, it started to click. And then I had this, a buddy of mine came to visit, and we were smoking weed. And my buddy, I had just got this like new weed from somebody, and my buddy had smoked one and passed out, because that's what he does. He got really high and fall asleep. It's like one of those classic people. So it's like it's too high, I can't hang after a couple hours. You know, so I knew that was gonna happen. So it was like 2 a.m. and my buddy, he like stopped smoking because it gave him like anxiety, like too much anxiety. But then we got into talking about different topics on like life. We were talking about life and death. We were talking about what happens after you die. We were talking about ghosts. We were talking about religion. We were just going into all these things. And like I remember like I was going into these deep thoughts. It's kind of like what I do on the podcast. And I was like, dude, I'm not trying to get you to believe whatever I'm saying. All I'm trying to ask you is have an open mind.
Yeah.
And then it boiled down to hold the phone. Everything that was ever created all started with a thought. Everything man-made started with a thought. And so then that opened up this sort of, I don't know what it was, some energy of like, you're ready. You just now hit this like awareness point of let's give you all of this. And for 2 weeks, just like you and I were manifesting out in the field, out in the Flagstaff, I was doing that for 2 weeks. Back after back after back, manifesting people that would give me information. We'd have conversations, or I'd go exactly what I need. I was open.
You're open.
Every opportunity.
It was all coming towards you.
So fast.
Yes.
And I was like, felt like I was floating. I was like, this is what people call, and then this is what people call Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
And you're in tune with that 24/7, 365 days. And so I was vibing on that, and then I just started getting all these messages and started assimilating it with religion and blah, blah, blah. And I went back to my past of like, oh, I remember when I was looking at going to church and seeing him on the cross and was like, you and I are no different. Like, I'm you and you are me kind of deal. And like, I can do everything you can do. I went into this big whole tangent, like kind of getting all that energy. And then fast forward, it ended up me being like this huge paranoia happened while I was in bed. I hit the pen once, because vape pen like really didn't work that much. Back then they had perfected them. So like in the cold the thing would die and it wouldn't actually all this tasted like what is this?
Yeah, the battery was like a mag light. With the tiniest little vape button.
The tiny thing, dude. And the coil, you'd have to let it heat out this coil. Yeah, it was terrible. And then it was too cold, that thing didn't work. And of course, I'm in the coldest city in fucking Chicago. And so, my ancestors said like a true Chicagoan. Chicago. But, so then I'm laying in bed and I hit it. And then I remember getting this feeling of like something or some energy's out to get me. We're laying in bed and I felt like my eyes rolling in the back of my head, like someone's pulling at my neck. Like if I would have stayed there, I was like, I would have like had some sort of brain aneurysm and died or something like that. Like that's what it felt. Snapped out of it and then just ran from where my mom's apartment was to where we used to live, which was like through like some bike path.
That's where the crazy shit happened.
Literally the craziest shit. I remember stopping in the middle of it, looking up at the full moon and going like, I'm exactly where I need to be. Kept running. And then I get there and I'm banging on the door and it's 2 in the morning. I'm like, I figured out life. And I started going into all these things, and then I was saying that someone was after trying to kill me, and then that's why they called the cops, because they were like, oh, we gotta make sure your mom and your brother are okay, because you just left them.
You just left the front door wide open.
Dude, it was. Lights were on. Lights were on, door was open, no one's home.
Oh my god, just a cold 12-pack of Old Style in the fridge.
So I booked it, and then that's when it all ensued. And then the cops came, and I was like, I don't know why everyone's freaking out. And then from there, same way, the way they were doing the tests and everything, I was calculating that shit in my head. Like, all right, here we go. Da 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 da, done. Now this is gonna be this time, done. Scan, done, whatever. I don't really remember. I remember going in and finally, like, I was looking for my wife at the time. I was screaming, "Where's my wife? Like, I gotta procreate.
Bro,
this energy is fucking
this
huge." And I'm like, "Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Someone's my." And my girlfriend at the time came in, and I was like, "You're not my wife. What are you doing here, dude?" You're not my wife. And my mom just told me, she's like, I had to get her out of there. She started crying.
Like, dude, imagine she's like, you're married? Did you destroy their
whole time? We've been doing it for 2 years.
Yeah, she came to visit you in the hospital. And my wife's on her way. You need to leave. This destroyed her world. Oh, dang. Do you know how you know you're not ever getting proposed to by Joshua?
Somewhere out there.
When you're not his wife.
But I said that to my mom too. She came in and I was like, are you my wife? My mom just cut that shit. She's like, I'm your mom. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's just like a 6-year-old boy. I'm gonna marry you, Mom.
Thank you so much, Mom. But, and then, the last thing I really remember before like falling asleep, but I was laying there, everybody had left, and like, I'm trying to fall asleep, and I remember they had set like a nurse to watch me like outside the door. And I remember being like, just, I was like this. I was like, what are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? Like, come on, get over here. Like, Maria. I call her Maria. Maria, you're my wife. Like, let's go. Come here, get me out of here. Like, what are we waiting around for? She's over here laughing.
Was she? Oh,
laughing her ass off. You just see some dude who comes in on some like quote unquote psychotic break. He's over here calling you're his wife the whole night. Like, let's break me out of hospital jail.
Come on, we already got a room.
I'm ready for you. Wait.
Oh my god.
That was so funny.
He's like, hurry up, I called room service. You can have the Jello.
We'll split the cornbread. Yeah, I remember that part, and I remember her laughing. And then, like, after that, like, I guess Friday morning, I don't really remember anything. I blacked out. My grandma had come and said, she's like, I looked into your eyes, and she said, they look like you were gone. She's like, I couldn't even see you anymore. And I was like, I don't remember that. I was like, the only thing that I remember was, I guess my parents were arguing if they were going to bring, my dad really wanted a priest to come in, because my freaking heart was going fast. Like, they were like, if his heart continues, it's going to explode. He's going to die of a heart attack. And so my dad was like, I want him to have his last rites before, if he's going to fucking die right now. So priest came in. All I remember was this priest giving me my last rites and signing the cross, and I blacked back out. I wake up, and I thought I was dead. I thought I'm in purgatory, and I'm like looking around. My mom's there, my aunt's there, my sister was there, my cousin was there.
Was your wife there?
My wife was nowhere to be seen. I was so confused. purgatory. Can't even have sex with my wife.
Maria, I miss you.
No. But so I remember like that time, like I didn't speak when I first came to. I like didn't want to say anything. I was trying to figure out. My cousin came over with a notebook and like was writing to me, and the first question was, "Am I dead?" She goes, "No," and I was like, I felt like I was dead. So the whole time, this was the best part, wait. So they put stuff to monitor your vitals, right? Like a little thing over your heart and like your stomach. No. And they had like a clicker that was with it, right? I had like buttons so you could call the nurse. So I'm constipated because of the drugs. So I'm trying to poop. I'm in the bathroom by myself. And I would see this thing hooked up to me, and I realized I was like, oh, it's like connected to like my stomach and my intestine. I was like, oh, so this is gonna help me poop. So I'm over here pushing the shit out of this button. And the nurse is just walking in like, we've been ringing, is he okay? They're like, hey, he's in the bathroom. And she leaves, and I'm doing it again because I'm trying to go to the bathroom.
You thought you were getting like a drip?
Like some stick, like get it going.
Something to help evacuate, like a morphine drip up for your colon.
This will soothe it out of me. Like this is what this was for. And I had no idea until afterwards. Like, yeah, that's actually calling the nurse to say that something's going on with my vitals. And then so at that point, like I was still riding the energy, still like kind of feeling like what was going on. I remember when I finally was able to take a walk, that I was walking around the hospital, and my dad and my mom were with me at the time. And I remember going like, is everybody in this hospital? Like, is everybody in this row? Are they like dying? Are these people like really sick? Dumb question, Neil. I get it. My dad goes, he's like, yeah, I'm probably. He's like, probably. And I was like, can I go see him? I'm over here wanting to go fucking bless these people like, yeah, you're healed. You're healed. Don't worry, I got you. And my dad was like, no, you can't. They got their own people here and everything. Their own families. And I was like, I remember being really bummed out about that. Why don't you let me go see these people? Like, they need me.
You just came back to life and you bummed you can't help other people.
Do what?
Press the button, it'll help you poop.
Try to give them tips.
Jeez, nobody in the 100 ring knows how to go poop by themselves. They all need help. How long was this whole ordeal?
So the whole ordeal, I was in the hospital till Friday to Monday.
Oh,
it was right around Easter time, so I was in there for 3 days and came back to life.
Oh yeah, right around your birthday.
Yeah. Because I was constipated, there was no shit on that path. It was clear. It was a clear path.
You were stocked up with eggs.
So that was like 3 days, and I remember going back to my aunt's house. I was staying overnight. She lived close to the hospital, and there was some weird shit that was happening. Like I was watching hockey, and have you ever had it? Maybe not, but if you're tripping real hard, probably. Where the TV like talks to you.
No, I've had it where I did so many shrooms that I put it on the wrong channel, and the TV wouldn't stop talking to me, but it was too high to change it.
Should I leave this here?
Like, oh, and every time I try to see the remote, it just goes all the way across the room, and I'm like squinting. I'm never gonna change this channel.
This
I'm like, I'm not even in the anime.
So I was watching like NHL, I was watching hockey, and I was watching the Kings play. And I remember the commentators were literally like speaking like, oh, he's watching them play right now. Like this is like his favorite team. Like they're really putting out there for him. They scored like 3 goals at the time I was watching. Like they were fucking crushing. I was like, fuck, yeah, this is awesome. I'm about to get food made for me. Like, yeah, I'm right in place. And then my aunt comes over and goes, your dad's on the phone. And I turned away from the TV and the TV shut off. And I was like, someone else see that? I was like, what? So I answered the phone. I just like forgot about it. And then like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up tomorrow, blah blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I was still in that zone of like, yeah, whatever. This is where I'm supposed to go. He brings me to. Well, my mom took me to get some clothes, and then he brings me to, I guess this like inpatient, like Alexian Brothers inpatient program. And because I was over 18, I had to sign myself in.
Oh, shit.
And so I remember being there and like sitting with the people. Well, first off, I remember being in the car and like seeing all the, like just realizing like, oh man, yeah, like I made that symbol, like I designed that. Like, oh, sweet, you guys have created like this utopia that I've been envisioning for so long. Like, this is we're actually living. I'm here. I'm like, I went into a whole different dimensional reality.
Yeah.
And like. Then I had to come to be like, hey, you're actually going to be an inpatient. We actually think you're crazy.
That they're bringing you there to help people?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, we got all the photos on the wall, like, this is beautiful.
Oh,
Like, we've created a system.
That's the adult version of we're going to Disneyland. It's just a fucking medical checkup. I gotta just help the Kings win. You want me to take this act on the road? I got you.
You take this act on the road. I got you. Yeah, no worries.
My presence is wanted elsewhere. I got you.
Yeah. So take me where I need to go. I got food. I got clothes.
Surprise, surprise. I got some time off.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Guess who's back? Back again.
So I was in there and talking to the guy, and they were like explaining what's about to happen, and I remember being like, this ain't real. And I remember like the same energy of like trying to check out, like trying to wake myself from a bad dream.
Oh, shit.
So I'm sitting there, eyes fluttering, like, take me out of here. Like almost like I was like seizing. I was like, come on. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Like trying to like quantum jump out of my mind. And then I accepted it. And I was like, all right, fine. Check myself in. And then I get there, and everyone in this freaking place played a part of my psyche. It was the craziest experience, bro. I had someone running around saying, Black Hawk down, Black Hawk down. I'm the only one wearing a Black Hawk shirt. So I'm like, okay, I hit rock bottom. I get it. You can stop yelling at me now. And she's over here saying how she studied with Deepak Chopra and she's a life coach. And I was like really into that. I was like, all right, well, tell me what's going on. Like, fucking spit me some truth here so I can get the fuck out of here. Like, I was like, I'm vibing with you. Like, what do you got? The next day, she was gone.
Damn.
And then there was another dude who coincidentally went to ISU where I went to college for a year. And I was like, oh yeah, I went to college. Like, and he's like, yeah, we played some basketball. We're gonna go and play basketball tomorrow. You're welcome to come. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I'd love to go play ball and get out of here for a bit. The next day, he was gone. Didn't even get to go play basketball.
No, he did.
He did.
You did.
I was in timeout. He's not ready to play ball. And so I'm over here thinking like, man, this whole thing is just, I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out, my parents to be like, this is a punk show, like, we got you, this
was
isn't
like
real.
the spiritual Sandlot. Where your friends just like disappear.
Yeah, you know, like, what? And so, and then, yeah, it was just this crazy, I'm like spitting all like what's going on with me and like just reading books, and then it finally started to click. I was like, all right, I gotta get out of here. So I was like, I gotta play the game. I gotta take my meds. I gotta order my meals. I gotta go to these little circles and stuff and these little meetings and blah blah blah. And I remember trying to tell my mom and like in the early time I was like, there's some life coach around here. And I think like I'm supposed to talk with her. My mom was like, there's no life coach here. I was like, oh gosh. But I remember like analyzing everybody like at first when I got in there. I just sat there. I was like, there was a desk like right in the middle. I remember just sitting there asking for a pen and paper right when I arrived and just kind of like looking at all the doctors walking around and like, because at that point I was so highly sensitive that I could like feel everyone's energy. So I was just like analyzing the whole room. And I remember I was watching and I was like, some of these people look like they're just trying to keep themselves busy while they're analyzing me. Over here. The paperwork.
Of course, everybody's suspicious of the guy who's writing shit down on the piece of paper.
Oh shit! Hold the phone.
Just even do it part one.
Yeah, I was just kind of return.
Yeah.
They've already they've already told that story before, so whoever's listening can go back and listen.
Oh
to
yeah,
that
you
story.
gave extra details.
I did give some extra details.
Jeez, and I love your humor in it. Like you could see the ridiculousness in certain things. Like that's makes it even better.
Dude, yeah, that was I had to laugh about that.
Yeah.
Because like you look at it from other perspectives, it's like that nurse probably made her fucking night, bro.
She's like, I had to keep an eye on this dude all night because they're worried he was gonna hurt himself.
He
just wanted to love me. I've been single for 8 months, but last night I was somebody's wife.
I really felt loved.
She still looks you up.
Trying to look for love. I never had love like that before.
Oh yeah, Maria.
That was
Maria.
I'll be Maria if you want me to be Maria. All right. Well, appreciate everybody coming out, tuning in. We're gonna sign off here. Have a part 2. Having some audio technical difficulties. I think we just fired up the engine.
We just vibed too long. Yeah, we vibed too long. The system couldn't keep up with all the vibes. Yeah, it's like chess. You're vibing 5 steps ahead of them.
Always. So, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Swimming with Sepsey. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and follow us on our YouTube channel or listen on all platforms or wherever you get your podcasts. Any support is greatly appreciated. You can find us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/swimmingwithsepsey. You can also follow us on Instagram at swimmingwithsepsey. And if something did arise today, maybe you need some clarification or want some help or just need some guidance and don't know where to go, feel free to reach out to me via email, swimmingwithsepsey@gmail.com, or you can find my website at solelyliving.com, where I offer coaching packages, readings, and things of that nature. Again, thank you for tuning in. Very grateful. Namaste. And we'll find you on the next episode of Swimming with Sepsey.